welcome to the Cruise Show. I'm Carly and this is Richard. Well, today we are cruising with Britain's favourite cruise line, P&O Cruises, and we have got some wonderful itineraries in store for you. And you will be glad to know that P&O were the winners of Best Value for Money at the Cruise International Awards. And believe me, you're about to find out why. We have really got some incredible deals for you today. But to tell us more about P&O Cruises, it's Richard.
Thanks very much indeed, Carly. Well, P&O Cruises is all about traditional British cruising, whose roots trace back now over 180 years. P&O Cruises are tailored to British tastes and comforts and have award-winning big names on board like Marco Pierre White with his restaurant and Ollie Smith with his glasshouse on some of their ships. Now, they're a great choice for kids too, with characters on board and well-organised kids clubs, so whilst the kids are being entertained there, you can enjoy the rest of the entertainment around the ship. And talking of entertainment, it's geared to British tastes with great comedians, vocalists and musicians. With all the facilities on board a P&O Cruises ship, you'll never be bored of things to do in the day or the evening. So get yourself a pen, some piece of paper, because we've got some unmissable deals to treat you today.
And we're going to start out with what I would call a great taster cruise. So if you've never cruised before, stay tuned because I think you're going to love this first one. We are taking you on board P&O Britannia, and this is their newest ship. And we're looking at Easter next year to France and Spain. So let's join John for a little look around.
The great thing about being on a ship like Britannia is the amount of deck space that you have. There's so much of it, and you can just relax in this area or many other areas. I'll just go and have a look at some more. Well, we may be cruising the ocean's waves, but it doesn't mean you miss out on all your favourite things. So what? I think I'll have an Americano. Here in the Market Cafe in the centre of the atrium of the ship, this is where you get all their cheeses and also Eric Landlard's cakes as well. They do afternoon tea here, which is absolutely scrumptious. And the good thing I've heard is there are no calories at sea. Well, they say there are no calories at sea, but just in case one or two sneak on board, we've got just the answer. It's a gymnasium, and what a great fitness centre it is too, with loads of great equipment, and you can easily get started, and there's classes too. Here on Britannia, retail therapy is part of the holiday experience, with so many great brands to look at as well. And remember, it's all duty free. One of the best parts of any P&O Cruises holiday are the excursions, because there's so many of them, and it really brings the ports alive. The destinations come to you as well. And now they've got a new touchscreen booking system. You know, I love this area of Britannia. It's serenity. It's an adult-only area of the ship where you can relax and enjoy yourself and just take it all in. And if you do have kids, they're probably having the time of their life in Reef as well. A bit like me, really. Do you know there's so much on Britannia for kids of every age? I think every family would truly, truly love a holiday here because, well, if the kids are having a good time, so are you. And on board, they also have their own puppet show. Meet Chris and Richard. Now behave yourself, boys. Do you know, if you want to find out more about the shore excursions or watch live TV, including news and sport, or watch a movie on demand or maybe a television programme on demand, you can do. It's all on the in-house TV service and it's all included.
So that's Britannia, and what a great ship it is as well. So this is your chance to enjoy Easter going around France and Spain. Now we're heading away here on the 30th of March next year for 7 nights, so we're taking in the Easter break. A great choice if you want to take the kids with you as well. Do give us a call and we'll quote you for taking the kids with you. We're going to be cruising in and out of Southampton, so there's no luggage restrictions. You can take with you as much as you can fit on board. We're going to cruise out of Southampton and our first port will be Cherbourg. Now there's lots of things, exciting things to do in Cherbourg. The Gothic style Benedictine Abbey is well worth a visit there, and you've got the cafes all around the harbour. Then we're on to La Coruña is our next destination. You've got the Tower of Hercules, the Interactive Museum of the Human Body is well worth a visit to go and explore that. Then we're going to be cruising you on to Gijon is our next destination. You've got the stunning architecture like you can see there, the sculptures, the many museums, and some peaceful gardens and beautiful plazas all around. Then we're going to be cruising you back to, we're going to be cruising you into Bilbao. Plenty of things for you to do here. The Guggenheim Modern Art Gallery is worth a visit. That's in the new section. There's the old town as well with all its lovely buildings and architecture. Then we should be cruising you back to Southampton. So this is a 7-night holiday that's going away in March next year, the 30th of March. So we're looking really at the first week of April, and it's taking in the Easter holidays too. We can do fares from just £549 per person. Now that price, that's based on 2 adults sharing an inside stateroom on board. If you wanted to have a balcony or an ocean view, you saw John enjoying what balcony was like there, or you want to take the kids with you, all you need to do is give us a call here at Vision Cruise and we'll quote you separately. There was the great kids clubs, they'll have fun on board whilst you can be relaxing in the spa area or sitting on top deck with a drink in your hand, reading a book and just watching the world go by. If you want more information on this one, get more details about the ports of call and the other cabin grades, you can find those at the website at visioncruise.co.uk, or just pick up that phone and give us a call. It's 0800 655 6449.
Well, I mentioned this being a great taster cruise, and at a price like that, what are you waiting for? This is 7 nights away. You're going to really experience what it's like to cruise with P&O Cruises, and I'm pretty sure once you've tried one, you're going to be hooked and back for more. So let's have another little sail back through those details. So I'm going to be sailing you out from Southampton and heading for Cherbourg. Find a traditional French cafe and enjoy a drink whilst watching the boats in and out of the lovely harbour. Or maybe perched up on the rocky island near the port is the must-see Gothic-style Benedictine Abbey. Maybe head there and have a little visit. And Cherbourg's aquarium is well worth a visit as well. Then we're into La Coruña with a couple of beaches, great shopping, mouth-watering seafood and a number of museums. This charming town has so much to offer. Before we arrive into Gijon, one of the city's great treasures is the Atlantic Botanical Garden. It's one of the first botanical gardens in the north of Spain, and it's well worth a visit. And there's plenty to discover in the beautiful rural countryside as well. Then we're going to be heading to Bilbao. You could visit the Guggenheim Modern Art Gallery there, or sample some tapas in one of the many exceptional local restaurants before we sail you back into Southampton. And all of that from fares of just £549 per person. And this is going on the 30th of March next year for 7 nights. So plenty of time to get yourself prepared and head away on your cruise, whether it's your first cruise or your 51st cruise. This is one you should definitely do, so don't miss out. Get on the phone and give us a call on 0800 655 6449. Well, we're going to move on now to our next itinerary, and this time we are heading on board the P&O Ventura. So let's join Richard for a little look around.
Welcome on board Ventura, one of the largest ships in the P&O Cruises fleet, and there is so much going on around the ship all day and all night. Whether you're cruising as a family, as a couple or as a solo traveller, there are lots of facilities going around the ship. So join me as we have a look around Ventura. Well, I've made it on board. It's time to come and explore what the accommodation is about. And P&O Cruises offer everything from inside to ocean views, balconies and even suites. Should we have a look? I'm in an inside stateroom on board Ventura, and one of the things is there's so much space here that you could be enjoying. Plenty of storage space if you're bringing your dresses for the formal evenings on board. There's a well-equipped bathroom, and of course there's the British favourites that you'll know and love with P&O Cruises, including tea and coffee making facilities, and those British 3-pin plugs, so there's no need to bring any adapters. You can keep all your tablet devices, phones and cameras all charged so you can take pictures of all those fabulous destinations. So I've unpacked, and now it's time to discover what's going on around the ship. This is the Horizon newspaper. It's delivered every day. It will tell you what's going on around the ship from early in the morning right up until the early hours of the following morning. I'm going to have a look at what the dress code is and see what the entertainment's like this evening. So here we are in a typical balcony cabin on board. It's very similar to an interior or an ocean view, but it allows that little bit of extra room with your own balcony, which makes it very spacious and airy on board. Now it's great if you're cruising with the family. You can see here we're set up for the younger cruisers, so you know they can have a fantastic time on board. I think I'm just going to go and sit on the balcony and soak up some sunshine. Well, here we are, top deck of Ventura. There are 4 swimming pools on Ventura, so you can have a splash when you're on your cruise adventure. There are plenty of sun lounges if you fancy just chilling out by the pool with a book, with a drink in your hand. And if you need a drink, you'll find that from the Breakers Bar, which is here. And if you fancy a spot of lunch, head to the poolside grill. Do you know what? I could stay here all day. Welcome to Reef on board Ventura. This is the kids club, so much fun going on here. Now you can bring your children here, aged between 0 and 17, and they'll be divided with kids of their own age, so they'll be having fun making things, designing things, playing games and having activities all throughout the day, whilst you can be enjoying the facilities around the ship. Well, this is the retreat on board Ventura. At the front of the ship, if you fancy escaping all the hustle and bustle of the top deck, you can come here for a small cover charge and enjoy just quiet relaxation for the whole entire day. Well, this is the dining options on board the main dining room. We've got 2 options for you here, cinnamon or saffron, where you can head to. There is club dining, which is the same table every evening at the same set time, or you can choose freedom dining, where you can come as you wish throughout the evening. But whichever time you choose, you'll always enjoy the same fantastic food. Welcome to Epicurean. This is a speciality fine dining restaurant. Now you can eat here for a cover charge from just £28 per person, and you can get some great traditional English dishes, like we've got the Devonshire white crab to start with. We can have the pork fillet for our main, and something that I'm looking forward to here, the caramelised apple crumble. Now you can also head here for afternoon tea as well, which is served here and also in the main restaurant. That's with Eric Landlords, and from just £15 per person. But make sure you pre-book it when you come on board so you don't miss out. Welcome to the Arena Theatre here on board Ventura, and what a great venue it is. It's so big. Now you can come here for the main show that takes place every evening. That could be a show that can incorporate a guest act that comes on board, a magician, a vocalist, a musician, a guest entertainer, or of course there's the resident ship band, where you can enjoy live evening entertainment. Well, sadly my time has come to an end on board Ventura, and I can't wait to get back on for my next cruise holiday. You can see she is facility rich and a great choice for all the family. P&O Cruises is all about quintessential British quality. It is indeed, and you'd love it on board, you really would. So we are on board Ventura. We're cruising around the Canary Islands now on the 27th of November this year for 12 nights away. We're going to have some glorious weather in the Canary Islands, so instead of being stuck at home, why not head on board? We're going to be cruising once again out of Southampton, so you can take with you all the luggage you want. We'll have a couple of days at sea on board Ventura, and you saw some of the facilities there. You could be enjoying them too. We're going to reach our first port, which is Madeira. We're going to dock into Funchal in Madeira, where you can try the Madeira wine and also the Madeira cake as well, known as the Garden Island with all its plants and flowers. Then we should be cruising you on to La Palma, is our next port of call. Here you'll find the 16th century fountain and town hall, the Renaissance church and the handicrafts markets, where you can pick up some great souvenirs. Then we're on to Gran Canaria, is our next destination. Just beyond Las Palmas you can go and explore the stunning desert scenery of Maspalomas, or you can go for the go and see the lush banana plantations. Lanzarote is our next destination. Here you've got the fantastic Fire Mountain, the Timon Fire National Park, which creates shapes that are created by solidified volcanic lava. Then we're into Lisbon. This is going to be our final port of call, and you'll cruise past the Belém Tower and see the impressive monument to the discoveries with its statue of Henry the Navigator before you arrive at Lisbon Cruise Terminal, and you can go and explore what Lisbon has to offer. And a top tip from me, go and take the number 28 trolleybus all around Lisbon. That will show you all of the sights. Then we should be cruising you back to Southampton. So we're going to be heading away here on the 27th of November this year for 12 nights. You can be on board from just £699 per person. Now this is working out at under £59 per person per night. And when you can think of what's involved with that price, you have your wonderful accommodation where you'll get a cabin steward that will look after you for the duration of your holiday with a turn down service every day. You'll also get full board when it comes to food, so breakfast, lunch, dinner. You've got your morning coffee, your afternoon tea, your late night snacks, that's all included in the price. You have the main show every single evening of your cruise holiday, a different show that's going on every evening as well, all included in the price, the facilities on the top deck. And then when you break that down, you consider how much you'd be spending every day if you went maybe to a hotel in Lisbon, and if you went out and had a meal and you went out to go and see a show. You can see the real great value for money this is. Now this price is £699 per person based on 2 adults sharing an inside stateroom. If you wanted to have an ocean view or you fancy upgrading to the balcony, you saw what it was like on board there, and I really do recommend a balcony. You can head along to the website at visioncruise.co.uk where you'll find more details there, or you can give us a call here at Vision Cruise. Our staff have all cruised with P&O Cruises. We can answer any questions you may have. All you have to do is pick up that phone and give us a call. If you're in the Republic of Ireland, it's 1800 80 55 00, or if you're in the UK, it's free from a mobile or a landline on 0800 655 6449.
Well, I could not believe this price when I saw it. This really is one of the reasons why P&O won that Best Value for Money award, isn't it? What an incredible price. You shouldn't miss out on this, and it's a great winter sunshine escape. While we're sat here in the cold and rain, you could be cruising around the lovely Canary Islands. Sounds good, doesn't it? Let's have another little sail back through those details. So going to be sailing you out from Southampton and heading for Madeira, one of my favourite ports of call. So much to do in this beautiful destination. And I'd recommend heading up Monty because the views up there are absolutely spectacular. And if you fancy it, do the toboggan ride back down. It's a lot of fun. Then we're going to arrive into La Palma, so easily explored on foot, and just a 5-minute stroll from the cruise terminal along the promenade will take you to the lovely Old Quarter. Great for a little bit of exploring. Then we're going to arrive into Gran Canaria. There's a modern shopping centre right by where the ship docks, or you can maybe head into Playa de las Canteras and relax on the beach or in one of the many restaurants. Before we sail you into Lanzarote, this is where you could head to Timanfaya National Park and see moonlight volcanic views, absolutely spectacular. And then we'll be heading for our final port of call, which is Lisbon, the Portuguese capital. It's got a medieval feel, and the main square is a lovely spot for some local cuisine. This is where you could sample the custard cake. Have you tried that, Richard?
I have, yeah.
Very nice. Ooh, yes. And it's great for a spot of people watching, one of our favourite pastimes,
We've
isn't
tried
it?
that as well, haven't
we? Have tried that and we liked it. And then you're going to be sailing back into Southampton, and all of that from just £699 per person. As Richard said, this is coming in under £59 a night. Incredible value. Don't miss out, because this is going to be flying out there, isn't it? Make sure you're one of those people on this cruise. Give us a call on 0800 655 6449. Well, we're going to move on now to our next itinerary, and we are heading on board the Azura. So let's have a little look around.
Yeah, so the Azura, she's one of the largest ships in the P&O Cruises fleet, and there is great facilities. It's family friendly. Look at the what welcomes you on board in the atrium here. You'll find traditional British favourites like coffee shops and things like that you would find back home that you could be enjoying on board. Lots of places for you to unwind and just relax throughout the ship. Lots of bars and lounges, and you saw earlier on that she's a sister ship to the Ventura, so the facilities that you'll find on Azura, you'll typically find them on Ventura as well. Lots of hanging space if you want to take with you all your cocktail dresses and formal wear. You can take that with you. You have things like tea and coffee making facilities in your room. There is no need to worry about having to take an adapter to charge your camera or charge your phone, because it's all 3-pin sockets, so you can just plug them straight in. The accommodation you see here, you can request to have them laid out as twin beds, or you can have them as double beds. Do let us know at the time of booking, and you can choose to have a balcony if you want that. There is an upgrade price for that. Give us a call and we'll quote you on that separately. There are lots of places to lounge around the ship that you can see there. There'll be a sun lounger with your name on it. There's a bar there if you want to have a drink as you're cruising around the Western Mediterranean, or maybe you fancy having something al fresco, a light bite to eat. You can do. You'll find it all available up there. Now, around the ship, if you're cruising with the kids, there's the kids club on board. Whilst they're there, you could be in places like here, which is the adult only area, where there's a pool area, and there's a covered area right at the top there as well, at the front of the ship, that you can see. This this is just a small cover charge to come here for the day, but it's well worth it. You see the lavender plants there, you get a real good view from all around the ship there. And lots of dining. You've got a choice of club dining, where you can have the same table every evening, or freedom dining, where there's no set times. You can come and go as you please. There's also the buffet option as well. Lots of things for you to do on board the Azure. It's like a destination in itself. But not only are you going to be on board a wonderful ship, we're going to be taking you to some lovely destinations around the Western Mediterranean. Now, we're heading away here in April next year. It's the 13th of April and it's a 14-night holiday. So you're going to get 2 weeks on board Azura. Now, we're going to be cruising in and out of Southampton, and I was telling you before how Southampton, how easy it is when you arrive at the port. If you're arriving by car, you let the porters put your cases on board and they'll make sure they get on the ship and inside your stateroom. If you're arriving on coach, maybe you'll arrive at the port itself. You walk into the terminal building with your passport and your ticket, you show it to the member of staff, and then you can be on board within 10 or 15 minutes. And that's when your holiday really does begin. You probably head to your cabin first, maybe unpack, then go for a spot of late lunch and go and explore the ship. That's one of the great things that I love doing. We'll cruise out of Southampton and then we'll have a couple of days at sea where you can really familiarise yourself with the facilities. And our first port of call will be Alicante. Now, you've got sort of all the miles of coastline with its many beaches all around here. You could have a look around the old town as well, which has recently been restored. After a day in Alicante, we're then on to Barcelona, where there's the mixture of the ancient and the modern, with the Art Nouveau architecture, known, of course, famous by Gaudi. Then we're going to be cruising you on to Toulon. Here, do look out for the maritime and art museums and the Romanesque cathedral, and, of course, all the stunning scenery all around Toulon itself. Do head out into the countryside. Then it's on to La Spezia, is our next port of call, and it's tucked in the coastline between Genoa and Pisa. It's beautiful, hugging the coast there. Then we're on to Civitavecchia. This is the port for Rome, where you can go and experience what Rome has to offer for the day. If you want to, maybe go and see the Trevi Fountain, or you can choose to stay on board if you've been to Rome before. Then it's on to Cartagena. Do go and visit the centre of the old town. You'll find the original castle and the sections of the old city walls with the amphitheatre. Then our next port of call will be Gibraltar. This is our final destination where you can go shopping here for some duty-free goods maybe. It's well worth doing that. Then we should be cruising you back to Southampton, where sadly that's where we're going to have to get you off the ship, and then we're going to be taking you, that's sadly where you'll have to make your own way home. Now, this is a 14-night holiday. It's going away on the 13th of April next year, where you can be on board from just £899 per person. This is working out under £65 per person for a 14-night holiday, and so much is included in that great price. And when you go on a cruise holiday, if you've never been on one before, this is a great way to experience it. You're sailing out of the UK, so you've got no luggage restrictions. You go into some of these great cities and destinations where you only have to unpack once, and the ship will take you to all of these ports of call. You don't need to worry about things like food, and when it comes to entertainment, that's all put on for you. There's the Daily Times, the Horizon newspaper, that will tell you what's going on around the ship, and it's all about a cashless society as well, so there's nothing to worry about there. If you want more information, just give us a call. It's 0800 655 6449.
Well, my parents are currently on a P&O cruise around the Mediterranean, and they rang me just the other day to say they are having the time of their lives. It's their first cruise with P&O, and my mum said she's not got lost once. Now, that's a good sign, because my mum gets lost, in our street. So you are going to have a great time because they're easy to navigate. There's lots going on board and so much beautiful food and entertainment. What are you waiting for? Let's have a little sail back through those details. And our first port of call would be Alicante. Now, if you're a keen golfer, perhaps head to nearby San Juan for a round of golf. Then we're into Toulon. Maybe take the cable car ride here to the top of Mount Faron for panoramic views over this beautiful town. Then we'll arrive into La Spezia. Now, this is where you could head to Florence or Pisa for the day, but if you've already been, why not stay in La Spezia itself? It's got a beautiful cathedral and a lovely harbour as well. Then we'll arrive into Civitavecchia. This is where you can go to Rome for the day, see things like the Colosseum, the Vatican, Trevi Fountain, so many incredible sights to see there. Then we'll arrive into Cartagena, one of Spain's busiest commercial centres, and it's got a beautiful castle and some lovely city walls for you to wander there as well. Then our final port of call will be Gibraltar, the duty-free port. This is where you can stock up on all your gifts for when you go home, and definitely go up the rock, and I'd recommend the trip inside the caves as well. Then we'll be sailing you back into Southampton, and all of that from just $8.99 per person. This is working out at under £65 a night.
Wow.
Get yourself on this cruise. 0800 655 6449. But it's now time for our quick picks.
And we start off on board Oceania. We're going around Spain and Portugal on the 29th of October this year for 10 nights. Look at this price for 10 nights. We're cruising out to Southampton, we're off to La Coruña, Cadiz, where you can go to Seville for the day, Malaga, Gibraltar, Lisbon, and then back to Southampton. All those great destinations for just £669 per person. That's for an inside. If you wanted an ocean view or a balcony, give us a call and we'll quote you separately. The number you need is 0800 655 6449. Then we moved on to Britannia. We're off around the Canary Islands here on the 4th of September this year for 12 nights. We're going to cruise out of Southampton. We're off to La Coruña, Funchal in Madeira, La Palma, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote, and then to Cadiz, where you could go to Seville for the day, and then it's back to Southampton. All that for just £985 per person. What an amazing price that is for the flagship of the P&O Cruises fleet. If you want to get more information, do head along to the website at visioncruise.co.uk. Then we're going to be cruising on Aurora. We're off to Spain and France on the 22nd of October this year for 7 nights. Now we're going to be cruising out to Southampton, to La Coruña, Bilbao, La Rochelle, Cherbourg, and then back to Southampton. Just £539 per person. This is great for a first timer. Plus, if you wanted to take the kids as well, give us a call and we'll quote you separately for taking the kids. It's great prices for them. 0800 655 6449.
Well, so many incredible deals on offer for you today. Now, if you're sat there thinking, I've never cruised before, I've got all these questions, then get yourself on the phone and speak to one of our dedicated team. Don't forget, we specialise in cruise holidays. And if you'd like to ask them for our first time guide to cruising, we'll send that out free of charge. And I'm sure that's going to help you out with your questions too. But from myself and from Richard, it's time for us to go. We'll see you next time on The Cruise Show.
Yes, we'll see you very soon here at Vision Cruise.
You've been watching a commercial presentation on behalf of Vision Cruise.